Hi everybody, this is Dr. Samantha Sweeney and this is Just for Fun Friday, your weekly dose of how to infuse diversity into your life and the life of your kids. I cannot believe that it is September already. Where did the summer go? Is anyone else stressed by this? Summer is gone. But you know what? It's okay. I love getting back to the routine. I love getting back to school. My 3-year-old just started school at a big girl school, which is so exciting. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. And so I'm really excited about the school year starting. But I also want to tell you about this item. It's not necessarily centered around school, but it's something that reminds me of school because I used to teach at a preschool many, many moons ago, back when I was very young, which is not the case anymore. And I taught 3-year-olds. And this was the favorite show of one of my little girls. I still remember her. Her name was Nicole. And she used to come in and she said, Hola, hola, soy Dora. So you probably can guess what I'm about to talk about, Dora the Explorer, which is a show on Nick Jr., which, so many kids know about and so many kids love, and I'm excited to tell you about it. So in terms of the age range, this is a very kind of young show. Like I said, I taught 3-year-olds and that 3-year-old loved it. But also, I think kids even as young as 2, no screens before 2, but kids as young as 2 can watch it. So the thing that's nice about it is that Dora, she asks questions of the audience. She pauses for a really long time. She speaks slowly, all that kind of stuff. That's really good for kids that age. So you can go as young as 2, but not younger than that. Once your kid reaches maybe 5 or 6, they might find it a little bit babyish, but if they want to keep watching it, I think it's great. So in terms of diversity themes, the thing that's great about this is that Dora speaks Spanish, which I just love. I love the fact that she infuses Spanish into, all of her different adventures and goes on all these different quests basically, and says Spanish words within that. And so I think that's really important. It's a good message for kids. Being bilingual and being able to speak in 2 languages. The research has shown that there's so many cognitive benefits to that. It's good for your brain. And I think having a show where this girl speaks 2 different languages and is able to go back and forth between the 2 is great. It's a great message for kids, and hopefully it inspires them to learn a little bit of Spanish or another language. I think that's really fantastic. The thing that I also really like about this is that Dora is really not gendered. She obviously, her name is Dora. She is a girl, but she is not necessarily she doesn't wear girly clothes. She doesn't have a girly haircut or anything like that. She's just a kid, which I think is really cool. I like that she's not super girlish. She can relate to all kids, which I really, really love. So in all of our Just for Fun items, we rate them on a scale of 0 to 5. And I give this one a 3. I think that, it is kind of babyish. Some kids, will outgrow it pretty quickly. And also, the thing that I don't like about this show, not this specific show, but fairly recently, they came out with this new show called Dora in the City, where Dora is much more gendered. She has longer hair. She wears more tightly fitted clothes. She's kind of shown as thinner. And I don't love that. I'm not, Nick, why did you do that? Dora was just so great as she was, and kind of infusing this very gendered version of her. I don't love it, so I'm sorry I had to knock down Dora the Explorer a little bit, but I do love Dora the Explorer in general. So I hope that you and your young kids kind of check it out. So that's it for this week's Just for Fun Friday. I hope that it inspires you to go out there and maybe learn another language or learn a new few words. Head on over to the website www.culturallycompetentkids.com. Ooh, I'm going to say that again. www.culturallycompetentkids.com, where you'll find a quick 1-page printout of all the different things that we talked about today. So the age range, the different diversity themes, maybe some questions and comments and games to play that are centered around Dora, and ways to continue the conversation. Because remember, even though it's important to have fun with diversity, it's also really important to keep going and to keep having more conversations with your kids. So I hope that you really enjoy this. I hope that you see Dora and see all of her different quests that she goes on, maybe are inspired to speak a few new language words. And I'll see you next week for another Just for Fun Friday. Thanks for joining us for another Just for Fun Friday. I hope that you enjoyed it and it inspired you to go out there this weekend and have even more fun with your kids. I've created something that I'm really excited to share with you and I think you're really going to love. I've compiled this amazing book list of all different diverse books. It has different characters, different storylines, and I think you're really going to love it. It's for kids of all ages, from babies, yes, babies, all the way up to young adults. So in order to get it, go to www.culturallycompetentkids.com. Sign up for the newsletter and it'll be sent straight to you right away, right to your inbox. You can use it for all sorts of things. You can use it for learning time, you can use it for literacy time, or just fun snuggle time with your kids. So sign up, enjoy it, and I'll see you next week for another Just for Fun Friday.